Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is going to be another unboxing video. I actually want to talk a lot about this unboxing in a weird way. There's this package that arrived, and I'm not sure if you can see, but it is mangled. I'm just going to show you how mangled this box is. So, did it survive? I don't know. We're going to find out. Hopefully the comic is fine. I don't know. It was sent from Germany. So this is like come all the way across the seas to get here. And I have no idea if it's going to actually be like mangled or what the condition of this book is going to be. So this is the big thing. Like actually the style of box is the same as this other box. You can see they wrote "do not bend." And this one is fine. This one just got totally mangled. So I'm going to open it up last. That'll be the surprise at the end. Will the comic be mangled? Well, we'll find out at the end of this video if that comic got mangled. You can place your bets now. Do you think the comic will be mangled? I think it will be. I have a pretty high odds that it's going to be mangled. If it isn't somehow magically not mangled, I'd be very pleased. But I think it's going to be mangled just based on the way the box looks. But place your bets. Mangled or not mangled. We'll see. Okay. So let's get into this first unboxing and see what's inside. This one was wrapped well. So it's the same kind of box. Wrapped well, has the painter's tape. You know, it's like, this is the way you like put in a box, do a box well, where it's protected on so many different levels. And I love the painter's tape. It's just so easy to get to the comic. So with all that taken off now, here, I'm gonna throw these onto the floor. Let's see what it is. Oh, okay. So this is kind of a cool book. So you can always tell what I'm buying. I'm buying the things that are either speculation or things that I missed out when I should have been speculating. So this is one of those books that I missed out when I should have bought it. And I bought it for a higher price than I really should have paid. So this is the Terminatrix Objective Avengers. And this is one that is related to the Loki TV series, and it's all about the first appearance of that big cloud monster. What's the name of the cloud monster? Like in Loki, I'm ruining the movie, the TV series. But there's the big cloud monster. Something begins with an A. And that cloud monster made its first appearance in this comic. So if you're ever looking for a cloud monster's first appearance, you can find it in the Terminatrix Objective and Avengers #1. So that's where the cloud monster made its first appearance. So I don't know. I kind of like interesting characters like that. I'm actually looking for getting the Thanos Copter comic. I think that's really spiked in price. I'll wait for that one to go back down in price, but I actually think that's kind of a cool, kind of quirky comic. So, Thanos being super all-powerful, and yet he has to fly around in a helicopter. I think that's hilarious. So I'll probably get that book at some point. Okay, so the next one is one that this is a purely interesting kind of, I like controversial comics. This is not necessarily a controversial comic, but it's kind of an interesting one. It's DC Star Spangled War Stories, and it's number 156, okay? The DC Spangled War, Star Spangled. I think it was started out as Star Spangled, and then later they changed it to Star Spangled War Stories. So it went through a bunch of different names. This book is kind of interesting because it's like, you get all these evil dictators, and then they're picking the mask of the evil dictator that they were going to become, I guess. I think that was just a really kind of cool Hitler cover. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. It was like $10. I saw it actually auctioned on Heritage, and you know, I sort of was curious about it. I think it went for 30 or $40 on Heritage. It wasn't like an expensive comic. I didn't buy it at the time. I thought it was still cool, so I you know, when I saw it for $10, figured why not. So that was that one. So the next one, so there's like a bunch of packages that I kind of let build up just to have kind of a cooler unboxing. And this one has like a whole bunch of cardboard in it, which is always good. Okay, so this one, to kind of slice the tape a bit. Okay. And, oh, okay, so a Golden Age comic. And this one, actually, I ordered this, oh my goodness, how many months ago? Like 4 months ago, 3 months ago? It took forever to get here. This one is Jungle Comics, number 99. It just has what I think is a really cool cover. I always like these kind of bondage, good girl art covers. And I've actually, I sort of created a really odd goal with Jungle Comics. So Jungle Comics, I think there's 163 or 165 issues, somewhere in that range. And, you know, so it's a kind of a big collection of comics to get if you're going to try to collect all the issues. So my first objective in collecting Jungle Comics is to get all the good girl art covers. And specifically, all the good girl bondage art covers. So this is one of those good girl bondage art covers, and it has a couple kind of cool features that I, you know, recommend you buy if you're looking to buy like Golden Age comics just for the cover alone and not with any certainty of what's inside the comic or if it's an even historically important comic. There's a few things to look for. One, look for that bondage. Bondage is always going to make it go for a little bit more. Another thing that is really important is looking for skulls. Skulls on the cover, like there's one here and there's a skull up here as well. Those always go for a little bit more money. Another thing to look for is this kind of like dagger. Now, if it's one of those like snake-like daggers where it's like a bit of a curve to it, then it goes for a bit more. But you know, these elements are what you should look for when you're trying to kind of speculate, oh, is this going to be a kind of a cool comic to get? So if you're like hunting in the raw and you find like some kind of Golden Age like bin, like dollar bin, I don't think exists, but you know, like a bin where they have like Golden Age comics, these are kind of the things to look for. Another thing to look for is these kind of good girl kind of bra, like the metallic bra, which looks kind of like you know, like Deja Thoris kind of style. So yeah, so these are all kind of things to look for within the art. And if it's a famous artist, that also helps. So this is Jungle Comics 99. So really great comic, really interesting. I was like wondering if it even was going to ever come. That one took a while. So now, Mangled Comic. Did it arrive safely? I have no idea. And I've sliced it open before recording this. So I'll do a little bit more slicing. Oof. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know what comic this is too. Okay, so here's the box. You can see the box is totally mangled. And this was actually a mint copy, which is sad because you can... Okay, so the way that they packaged it, no boarding, like, oh, so annoying. No boarding, so nothing to protect the comic. Like, nothing hard around the comic to actually protect it. The box obviously got mangled, and there's nothing to protect this comic. So they put this bubble wrap around the comic. Now, bubble wrap, sure, will protect the comic from, like, you know, something, I don't know. But it doesn't protect it from getting bent or like being, you know, twisted or anything. So bubble wrap by itself is kind of useless. So Now I gotta get it out of this bubble wrap. I actually have to cut it because they used the wrong kind of tape as well. I have to be really careful doing this, not to actually mangle the comic more than it's probably going to be mangled. Oh well, so sad. When I have to... I don't like giving negative feedback, personally, on eBay. But when it's this kind of situation, generally I feel like I have to. Okay, this is kind of a cool comic, not an expensive one, so it's more like me complaining and maybe I'll get $1 back kind of level. But this is a really funny comic. This is one where they literally use the barcode to like as like a one of those kind of situations where they try to censor with some object in the room. This is a Lobo Big Babe Spring Break Special. So it's just a really funny, I read this comic online. It's just a really funny, cheesy, campy, whatever book where it's like Lobo is judging a bikini contest and just all these weird, crazy things happen at this bikini contest. So it's just a really silly book. I thought it was kind of funny and campy, and I kind of like that style. It's too bad that it's not actually as mangled as you might expect, but you know, it actually turned out to be fairly good considering the circumstances. So very cool comic. And I paid like $6 for it. So it's a little sad that it was shipped so poorly, but that's the way it is. So very cool comic. Too bad that they kind of mangled it. The other thing that's kind of cool about that comic, just so you know, one of the artists is Jim Ballant, just another kind of cool artist that does this kind of campy art. So just another aside. Too bad it was shipped so poorly. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Little bit interesting with the crazy box that I received. Bit of golden age, bit of modern, bit of everything in this unboxing. A bit of spec. Which that I had bought earlier, but just a kind of interesting video. So I hope that you enjoy this, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and check for my giveaway videos. I do every so often I'll have like for my 1,000K subscribers, I did a giveaway, and I'm going to be doing future giveaways. So check for those, and if I haven't already given away the prize, you can comment on those videos and you will be entered in for a prize. Also, check me out on Instagram because I post out some cool things that I find, and I give like the whole information about why they're so cool. And yeah, there's lots of information there. So check that out as well. Subscribe to me on Instagram. I'm trying to build a following there as well. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.